Right, I've just heard on the news that David Cameron is looking. That's the British Prime Minister. Is looking to send out British troops to Nigeria, and quite frankly, I don't know why he needs to do that. He's starting to poke his nose in a bit too much now. Nigeria will sort this problem out. It's as simple as that, and it needs to be allowed to get on with it, because what I personally feel that the whole situation has been hijacked by the feminist lesbian slags out there that have come in and somehow using social media, which has become more and more feminized, and Twitter and all this kind of crap. They're using the social media, which is becoming, as I say, more feminized as the years go on, and suddenly jumped on the bandwagon, and using this as another excuse to try and hit the heterosexual male. Now, the point I'm trying to get across is this: that a few months ago, it might have been last year, there was a similar incident up in the north with the same bastards, Baccarat bollocks or whatever you call them, but they killed 29 boys, youths, and there was no news about it. Nobody, none of the agencies picked it up or anything. But because it's girls and 200 girls, and it's because it's supposedly now hitting at feminism and all this kind of bollocks, all those lesbian feminists are coming on, jumping on the bandwagon, saying, there you go again, males are coming in, causing problems, blah, blah, blah. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just a bunch of arsewipes, terrorists who are trying to pull down Nigeria and destroy the country. It ain't going to happen. So, I mean, my personal view is, and I'm really starting to get sick and tired of the way the North is behaving. I would like Nigeria to go back to the days when it was Northern Nigeria and Southern Nigeria. Just like you've got with North Korea, South Korea, you could go back to Northern Nigeria, Southern Nigeria. Split it in the middle and let, us, the Southerners, get on with our business. And then the North that wants to go back to the Stone Age, let them go back to the Stone Age, because they're becoming no use to us. These northern muppets, they want to get back into power, and when they were in power, they didn't run Nigeria correctly. They didn't run it in the way it should be. Jonathan, a Southerner, is bringing this Nigeria up slowly, bringing it up to be a country where people can do business. I think, I can't remember, was it Obasanjo, who was again another Southerner who moved Nigeria on the road to democracy. These are Southerners who are trying to push Nigeria forward. The North doesn't want to push Nigeria forward. The North is funded by the Arabs from Saudi Arabia and Dubai and all that bollocks. That's why they don't want they want Nigeria to be completely Muslim. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. The Yorubas now are feeling hurt and annoyed because of the fact that the North didn't do for them what they thought they would do. And so now they're going their own, a little bit more of their own way, and realising that they're Southerners, and that they have, even though they fought against the Igbo people in the Biafra War, they've now become to realise that actually it might be a good thing that they did separate and can go their own way. And I'm seeing, more and more Yorubas slowly moving, back to Christianity, away from Muslim faith. I think it needs to happen. I'm just sick to the back teeth of hearing this constant northern rubbish being poured onto Nigeria. Look, I'm sorry to hear of these girls being kidnapped, but as I said, I personally think this has been hijacked by the feminists, hardcore lesbian feminists out there. They've got their agenda, and they seem to have been able to pick this up and run with it. I think you need to sit back, let the Nigerian government sort this out. Yes, there isn't any problem with Britain coming in, giving a bit of advice here and there. But to send troops, look, it needs, Britain needs to come out. Is coming out of Afghanistan. It doesn't need to get involved in any more conflicts, and therefore it doesn't need to get into send any British troops in harm's way. Leave them, in their barracks when there's a real proper war where Britain needs to be defended. Then they will get used. But until then, no, I don't want these guys going to be sent out to Nigeria. There is no need to send them out to Nigeria. The Nigerian government has to sort this problem out itself. Okay, yes, call for assistance. That's great. International assistance. A few advisors come down. Have a chit chat, find out the best way to, use satellite imagery, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, the Nigerian government really needs to, from the point of view of this, terrorist bastards, go after these terrorist bastards, without any mercy, and kill the lot of them. Kill them all. Get rid of the head. Go after those that are linked to the head and finish them. And the sooner the Nigerian government crushes these people and gets rid of these, I'm not bothered about the Amnesty International crap about they were 4 hours they had. What difference does it make? It wouldn't have made any difference. They'd have carried on doing what they're doing. I don't think it would have given them that much of an advantage anyway, for them to have stopped them from taking those girls. I mean, again, this is just another issue that's been brought in to try and drag down the Nigerian government. The West is lapping it up. Oh, you had 4 hours notice of it. Bollocks. Even if they did have 4 hours, would they, would they been able to respond to it? Whether it be the British government, the American government, whoever government it was, it wouldn't have happened. Look back in the days when the IRA was bombing Britain. They were given 10, 15 minutes. Say, this bomb's going to happen here or whatever. But did it stop the IRA? No. What stopped the bombings in Britain with the IRA was when John Major had the courage and the big bollocks to sit down with the IRA and actually talk with the IRA, which Mrs. Thatcher refused vehemently to do. Okay? Unfortunately, I think this is the same situation where the Nigerian government may need to do the same thing. Actually sit down and talk to these guys and actually find out what their grievance is. This mantra, we don't talk with terrorists. John Major proved and showed that actually it might be the only route to sort of sort this problem out, for the Nigerian government to touch base with these guys, sit down and actually, find out exactly what they actually want. We know what they roughly want, but really getting around the table and talking, I think John Major showed the way back in the 90s, showed the way in which they can deal with this terrorist threat, and I think this is the only way forward. Nigeria will need to actually sit down and talk with these terrorists. Okay, thanks very much for listening. Goodbye.